What's up, guys? Today we are going to spool up a bait casting reel, and I'll show you the easiest way, the way I do it every time, and hopefully it'll help you out. Let me know if you have any questions down in the comments. Alright, so I'm going to start by taking the reel off the rod, and it just makes it a little bit easier to do it here at the desk. But if you have someone helping you spool it up, you can put it through your guides all the way through and run it that way. But I do want to talk about something first. Do not forget, because I've done this a million times, don't forget to put it through your line guide that moves with the reel and helps that line go back and forth. I have forgotten that so many times and had to cut it and redo it over again. So that's the first thing I don't want you to forget about, and I'll show you how to spool it up. We're going to use some high-vis green line. You use whatever you want. This will work with braid, this will work with fluoro. We're going to use the green line to help you see better. So first step, don't forget to go through the line guide like so. Then fish it through and go ahead and pull you 2 or 3 foot through there with some slack. Now on these Abu Garcia reels and most other bait casters, they do have some holes in the spool, and I pretty much use those every time to tie to the spool. I find it's the easiest way, the quickest way, and the simplest. So as we push it through one side, it'll feed through the other little hole right there, and you can see that little bit of tag end sticking out. You can grab it with your fingers. A pair of pliers sometimes is even easier to pull that tag back through. I think I'll use my scissors just to make it easy. Just grab it, pull it back to you. So now that you've got it fed through those holes, and like I said, it will be different on some bait casters, but this does work really well on the ones that do have the holes that go all the way through the spool. And next, I really don't do anything complicated. I try to keep it as simple as possible. So I'll take the line that is ran through the holes in the spool, and I will tie a basic fisherman's knot just by going around the line 5 or 6 times like so, and then take your tag, run it back through the bottom, and then through the new loop that you created here, and then cinch it down all the way to the spool, which it does get a little tricky here. You can kind of pull this slack back through the front of the reel, but essentially you've created a basic fisherman's knot on the bottom of the spool. So we'll tighten that up, and then we'll trim it down real short, make it nice and clean, just like so. Okay, so once you have the knot on the spool, I'm just gonna start it here like so. I want to get it a couple of wraps just with my hand. And then what I really like having is I have an extra set of hands that helps me out with keeping tension on the spool.
Couldn't find the hole.
Like that. And then basically you just want to keep a little bit of tension on it and feed that line on there until the reel is full, and I'll show you what that looks like here shortly. So this is about what you want it to look like, and I don't know how well you can see, but you just want it very, very close to the top, but not all the way to the top. And always remember, you can overfill it and take some line off if you need, but you can't ever put extra on unless it's what, about halfway down the spool. You can maybe tie on a uni to uni knot to add line to it, but that's basically the simplest version. Just always remember to come through your line guide here first, and then tie your knot to your spool. Now, depending on if you have the holes in your spool or not, may make a difference. But that's the simplest way, the quickest way, and the easiest way that I've ever found to do it. Now you're good. You can go run this through the guides on your rod, tie up your favorite lure, and head out to go fishing. If you enjoy the content and you're learning something, make sure you subscribe to us and drop any questions you have in the comments. Feel free to ask us anything. We should be able to answer it for you. All right, now you got your reel spooled up. You're ready to throw your giant swim bait on your cranking rod in all the local ponds.